So good afternoon. We're going to continue to build on our assignment working with linear equations. Again, we're going to be graphing linear equations. This may be a good time to stop the video and just review yourself on these terms. Y-axis, x-axis, y-axis, origin, quadrants, ordered pair. Make sure you understand those terms. So, talk about these terms again. We said that a picture is really important to understand these terms. So when I talk about the x-axis, we're talking about this horizontal line here. And when we talk about the y-axis, we're talking about this vertical line here. And these two axes meet at a special point, which is called the origin. Where these two axes meet, that spot there was referred to as the origin. And then we have quadrants. So when these lines meet, they break this into four different regions. So this coordinate plane has these four different regions. Quadrant 1, Quadrant 2, Quadrant 3, Quadrant 4. They go in what we call a counterclockwise direction. Now, what we're asked to do is sketch the graph of a line. Let me put an A in there. Sketch the graph of a line if the x-intercept equals a -2 and y-intercept would equal a -5. So if the y-intercept would equal then a -5. I actually point out an x-intercept is a point that's somewhere on the x-axis. So it has this ordered pair of x0, where x can be whatever it wants to be, but the y is locked in. Y has to be 0. So if I'm trying to find the x-intercept, we set y equal to 0 and we solve for x. The y-intercept, remember, is some point on the y-axis. So it's denoted as 0y. Note that the x value is locked in. It has to be 0. The y value can be whatever. So to find a y-intercept, we set x equals 0 and solve for y. So in this particular example, though, they actually give us the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So all we got to do is graph these. So -2 means on the x-axis, -2. The y-intercept of a -5 would mean on the y-axis, a -5. Now, to sketch the graph, we just draw a line. Just draw a line that passes through those 2 points. So we get this line coming in. As we move into this, we pick out some other things. On this line, and again, moving from left to right, we kind of see the line kind of goes in a decreasing, it goes down or in a decreasing direction. So we may want to take note that these lines do have some things going on here that we want to look closer at. This line here, for instance, has more of a decreasing direction. Okay? So I just want to start bringing in some other things that we may be looking at as we move forward. So again, sketching a line, x and y-intercepts, we have this information to kind of go by. Again, take note of these vocabularies. Make sure you get those locked in. So in other words, can you draw yourself a coordinate plane? Because that's going to be really important when you do your math, is sketching your own coordinate planes. So stay tuned.